The following interview is an interview I did with Sheriff David Doughty in the month of January 2021. Unfortunately, my camera was not operating condition at the time, so while you will hear my voice, you will not see me. But it's not about me anyway, so I hope you enjoy the interview and learn something from it. Thank you. Hello, students. This is your teacher, Ms. Fenderson, and I am honored and privileged to be able to interview one of our elected officials of Northampton County, and this is our own Sheriff David Doughty. Good morning, Sheriff Doughty.
Good morning, Ms. Fenderson. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to your students this morning.
Thank you so much. Just to ask you, can you share a little bit about your background and why you decided to pursue a career in law enforcement?
Well, first, thank you for asking that. First of all, I'm a lifelong resident here of Northampton County, and a little less than a week, I'll be 51 years old. I graduated from Northampton High School. I received my associates from Virginia Tech. I was hired as a deputy sheriff by Sheriff Wayne Bradford in 1994. I worked as a correctional officer in my first capacity. I received my basic correctional officer certification, and in 1996, I was promoted to the patrol division. I received my basic law enforcement certification. I was promoted to criminal investigations as a criminal investigator with the department in 1998, and I've received numerous certifications related to criminal investigations, crime scene investigation, evidence collection, and so forth. I was promoted to chief deputy in 2002. So I served under Sheriff Robbins in that capacity. He retired, and I was appointed to finish his term, and so I was the interim sheriff on January the 1st, 2011. And I was elected sheriff November the 8th of 2011, and have been reelected in 2015 and 2019. I am very happily married, 26 years, to Coach Kathy Doughty, which most of you probably know as maybe your PE teacher or your coach. We have two black lads, and we enjoy spending time in the outdoors and time on the water.
Great to hear. Yes, we really definitely do know your wife. She's a great leader at our school.
The primary responsibilities range from law enforcement to courthouse security, corrections, which is managing the jail, and civil process. For those of you who don't know, civil process is the delivering of papers or orders issued by the court or magistrate. And not all civil process papers are criminal. So when a deputy comes to your house, it doesn't mean they're coming to arrest someone or serve a criminal warrant. It could be a civil paper. County sheriffs are usually the primary law enforcement officer. So in other words, when you call 911, you get a deputy sheriff. In Northampton and Accomack counties, the sheriff is the primary law enforcement officer. Just a little bit about our department. Our department currently consists of 10 divisions of sworn and civilian staff. Now, sworn means that you've taken an oath to uphold the United States Constitution, the Constitution of Virginia, the laws of the Commonwealth of Virginia, and the local ordinances. Some of the divisions within our department are the patrol division, our corrections, which includes the Eastern Shore Regional Jail, criminal investigations, dispatch, traffic enforcement, civil process, drug task force, animal control, our school resource officers. I know you all know Deputy Scott and Deputy Smith, and our dive team. There are a total of 86 employees, which include our civilian and sworn staff. The civilian staff members would include folks like our dispatchers, our administrative assistants, food service, reentry staff at the jail, medical and maintenance positions. Now, some of you are probably wondering, what are the qualifications to become a deputy sheriff? Well, first of all, you have to be 21 years of age at the time of graduation from the basic academy. We have a year to send someone to school once we hire them. So you could probably be 19 when we hire, but by the time you complete the academy, you have to be 21 years of age because you have to be 21 years of age to carry a firearm. You have to have a high school diploma or GED equivalent. You have to be a U.S. citizen at the time of the application, to be in good physical condition. You have to be available to work days, evenings, nights, weekends, holidays, overtime, and 12-hour shift work. Now, the basic correctional officer school is about 4 months. Basic law enforcement school is about 6 months. And like I said before, the Department of Criminal Justice Services requires all new employees to enroll in a basic school within 1 year of being hired. A little bit about our department and what it would take to become a deputy. Well, Ms. Fenderson, ever since that I was the age of most of you listening today, I've always had an interest in wanting to help people in the public. And I started out when I was in high school here in Northampton. I volunteered with the local rescue squad and volunteer fire company. So I've always had a really strong interest in wanting to help folks. And I've always had the utmost respect for law enforcement. So I've always had kind of an interest in wanting to get into law enforcement. I was raised on a family farm. So when I mentioned before I received my associates from Virginia Tech, I actually got an associate's in ag technology and ag business because my family operated a potato farm on the south end of the county. And that was my initial thought of what I would do when I got into the workforce. But I've always had this interest, and that opportunity came available to me not long after college, and I've kind of tried to pursue that ever since then. And I just enjoy being out in public and talking to folks and helping folks resolve any issues they may have. Just trying to do as much as I can to help folks in the community. Well, as all of you have been seeing in the media today, I mean, law enforcement is kind of on the front lines of a lot of reforms, and we have really been trying to focus on making sure that we are doing everything we can to actively serve every part of our community, everyone in our community, making sure our officers are trained in trying to de-escalate issues and revisiting our use of force policies, and those are the main things we've been trying. Our culture diversity, making sure our folks are adequately trained in that. We all receive training in that when we go through our initial certification. We do go through refreshers every 2 years. We're trying to implement policies in our department that are going to help dictate and more regulate those types of certifications, so our staff can effectively and better serve the population and everyone in our population. We've been really truly blessed here in Northampton, the support of our citizens, and it's because of the programs that we do in the community and the willingness of our staff to go that extra mile to program. So our longest program we've had since the department started is our citizen outreach program. And that was started in 1989 by Sheriff Bradford. And this is totally managed by our dispatch staff, mainly designed for those who live alone, that have disabilities, don't have family here locally. Currently, we have about 50 folks who are enrolled in that program. They have daily communication with our office staff. When we don't hear from them, we send a deputy out to check on them. We do an annual Christmas luncheon. We have many community business partners. Folks, families, peace of mind to know that when they're not here, that someone is checking on their loved one. So very good program. It's been in place for the longest with our department. Another one of our programs is our DARE program, and I know most of you know about the DARE program. You've probably been through the DARE program. Now, DARE stands for Drug Alcohol Resistance Education. Mainly targets the fifth grade students, and so most of you that had it were probably in the fifth grade. And it's both in our public and our private schools. It provides drug and alcohol awareness for the students. Talks about bully and stranger danger awareness, internet and social media dangers, promotes positive decision making, and it also promotes positive interaction with law enforcement. One of the other main programs we have is called Project Lifesaver, and maybe you've heard of it. This is designed for the at-risk community, for persons that have a physical or mental disability that causes them to wander. It is a 501c nonprofit organization that was founded actually in Chesapeake. We have our Tip 411 program. I know some of you have probably seen the flyers in school, and I would certainly urge you to sign up for that if you haven't. It is an anonymous tip program. It's a free downloadable program from the Apple Store, the Google Play Store. We can also use the application that's been reverse information out for folks like things like weather emergencies or missing persons, hazard, or crimes that are going on in the community. And it's not used to replace 911. We still encourage folks to call 911 if you have an emergency, and so that's one of the other things. It's also provided to our students. So we urge you to take a look at the flyer at school. And you could also go to our website, and it has the information about downloading it. You heard me mention before about the reentry program. We do have a reentry program in our jail. We started it in 2019, and it was designed to address recidivism with people that are going out and reoffending and getting back in jail. And now it's designed to help return inmates to the community with the tools they need to succeed. They're all in a community, and it's about 30 inmates that are in that community in the jail. All participants have to agree and adhere to all the rules and complete all the classes. They have daily goals and thoughts and words of the day. They have AM meetings and PM meetings. The core programs are anger management and substance abuse counseling, thinking for a change. In other words, changing the way people are thinking so they don't go back and fall into the same pitfalls and issues that caused them to be incarcerated in the first place. GED classes, everyone has to get their GED. Victim impact understanding, helping them understand what they did crime-wise and how it affected not only the victims, but the people who were in their community. Ready to work training and resume writing, financial management, family reunification, and counseling, because folks are incarcerated. A lot of times they don't get to see their family, they don't get to speak to their family. Stress management, Monday through Fridays are typically our program days. Fridays are left open for guest speakers and folks in the community to come in. We have a jail garden. The garden is a half an acre behind the jail, and the vegetables are being grown, and we're actually serving the vegetables in the kitchen. It's a therapeutic activity for the folks who are in the program, and it also helps reduce jail food costs. All participants are students with Eastern Shore Community College. We have work release partnerships with local businesses, and qualifying inmates will be able to go out and work and pay down their fines and their restitution, so they don't have that to deal with when they're released. We have a group that's scheduled to graduate here in February 2021. So very great program. Some of you probably know Pastor Kelvin Jones of First Baptist Church, Cateville. He is our reentry program director. He's doing a wonderful job with the program. And last but not least, we have our trustee work crew. And you've probably seen them out in the community cleaning up the roads. They do a little more than just that, though. But just to give you some idea of what they've done, in 2019, since 2019, they have picked up over 2,800 bags in our community and almost 400 tires. They've assisted the towns, the schools, the county with different projects, and assisted other community organizations like the Shore Little League and Randy Custis Park International Athletics, Cape Charles Library, the Boys and Girls Club, the Barrier Island Center, Parks and Recreation. And the folks that are on that work crew are trustees in the jail. And when I say trustees, I mean they are afforded opportunities to be able to move freely throughout the jail. They help with our food service, our laundry, and janitorial services. And for every 30 days they serve on that program, they get 5 additional days off their sentence. So this mainly promotes them getting out in the community, doing positive things, and having an investment in the community. So that's just some of the programs we have with the Sheriff's Office. And Henderson, I certainly appreciate you letting me come on and speak to the student.
Yes, thank you once again for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this interview for my government students. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and please continue to be safe as well.
Thank you, Ms. Henderson. Take care, everyone.